We're ready to go. So Tom will go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves and take it away.
Yep, yep. Good afternoon, everybody, and we sure do appreciate Tori giving us the opportunity to present the program. My name is Tom LaPre. I'm the president and CEO of HPS here in Middleville, and we sure do appreciate everybody that's on the line and so forth, and we appreciate your support of the program. I'm responsible for the Furniture Finishes and Equipment program, and I'm pleased to announce that I have Tracy Keeler on the phone with me, or on the presentation with me. She is one of our customer service representatives in the FFE department. She does a wonderful job, and she's very knowledgeable, and we look forward to talking to you about the FFE program. Tracy, anything else to add?
Hi, welcome everybody.
Yep, thank you. Okay, so we just want to spend a few minutes talking about one of our value added really offerings that we have for our membership, and what we do is call it our Furniture Finishes and Equipment department. This department has been around since the 1970s, so we've been doing this for a very long time. We have grown our staff from one to our current staff of 6 customer service representatives that we have available at all times, for any of our members to call to get help with any of their furniture or food service equipment needs. We have access to over 300 manufacturers, and that number of manufacturers continues to grow on a day in and day out basis, depending on what the needs are of our membership. And so as your needs change, we're able to try to access different lines to meet your needs. As we said earlier, the program consists primarily of food service equipment and furniture. We have finishes and so forth that we do, carpeting, window shades, all of that kind of stuff also from that perspective. But we have a broad line of things that we can offer. Sales consistently are over about $7 million a year, continues to grow. This year has been a banner year, of course, because of the influx that you may have had from grants or from the government and so forth to help you with your purchasing of and replacement of any kind of equipment or furniture that you may have. So we've seen a lot of you use our services this year to try to help you navigate that supply chain challenge, as well as replacing some of your equipment. Year in and year out, what ends up happening with us is we get about 500 of our members that come in and use our services year in and year out. Some repeat, a lot repeat, and then of course we have new members that come in and use us for the first time. The one thing that I do want you to know is that we have a great customer service team. Tracy is one of those members, one of those customer service team members. And I will tell you this, is that one of the things that's going to stand us apart from everything else that you do to order equipment with other people is I believe our customer service is top notch. And once you get an understanding and a flavor of how our customer service reps are going to treat you, I believe that you'll want to continue to come back to us and use our services each time that you do this. I will tell you this, we're never going to be the cheapest price out there. We want to be, we want to save your money. That's what we're in the business of doing for you. But there's so many different avenues to get furniture and equipment, whether it's the internet, whether it's the guy down the street or so forth. So not all the time are we going to be able to give you the best price out there. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Next slide, Tori. All right, so in this particular size, we've jumped from 300 to 800 manufacturers. I think that's a typo on my part, so I'm sorry about that. But we do have access to many different manufacturers, such things as indoor and outdoor furniture, flooring, furnishings, accessories, window treatments, food service equipment, and more. We can basically get access to most anything. It always helps us to have built partnerships out there to provide you with the best value possible, and that's what we try to do day in and day out. All right. One of the ways that we do this in that partnership area is develop additional partnerships that can provide value to the membership like we were talking. And one of the ways that we have done this on the food service equipment side is to develop a partnership with Great Lakes Hotel Supply. That partnership has allowed us to really have access to not only food service equipment, but kitchen design and serving line design, amongst many, many other things. And we're able to do that because of this relationship and because of the access that Great Lakes Hotel Supply has to different furniture manufacturers and different services that they can provide. So we're very excited to have that. We continue to try to enhance our partnerships every single day with the sole purpose of providing value to you, our members. So as you look at our furniture, finishes, and equipment department and service that we have here at HPS for our members, you can look at it from really this slide kind of encompasses a lot of what we do. So if you look at all the round circles, that's what we can do: classroom, cafeteria, office, kitchen, grab and go type scenarios, lobby type furniture. And as you look at it, we can provide product quotes, we can coordinate installation, we can respond to bid requests, we can provide equipment specifications, we can help with warranty issues, we can be a product resource. And I believe the way that we've always looked at this and the way that we've always talked about this to our membership is that we want to be an extension of your purchasing arm, of your purchasing department. And what we want to do is take some of that burden off of you so that we can go ahead and do some of that legwork for you to try to find the best solution to your request or to your problem. And that's what our team is very, very good at, and what we do day in and day out for you. So if there's anything that we can leave you with that Tracy and I would tell you is that let us help you. Try our service, and then I can guarantee you that you will walk away being very pleased with the customer service and very pleased with the recommendations that we give you. And Tori, I know that that was quick. Trace, I would turn this over to you to see if you have any other input on anything that we talked about, and then we can open it up for questions.
Okay, sure. And some of the things I go over will be the same things Tom mentioned. With all the manufacturers we have, if you are looking for something that we don't have access to, we will go to a manufacturer and we will try to see if it is going to save you money if we can actually get access to that particular manufacturer. So don't think that, you see a list of manufacturers that we already have relationships with and your manufacturer's not on there. We definitely will research that for you and try to find a source. And Tom mentioned furniture and food service equipment, and then the accessories like tack boards, plants, any miscellaneous things that go around your office, we probably have access to. And if you call and check with us, if we don't have it, we can always see if there's a contract for something or even a source where you would go direct with a manufacturer to sell what you're looking for. So we can help you no matter if we have that or not. We do help through the whole process. You call and get a quote. We can help with delivery, damage, bids, installation, anything you need, we're there. We can help track your orders so you make sure you know when your order is going to arrive. We also make sure that the equipment you want quoted is the best equipment for your needs. So every now and then we've had somebody looking at a piece of equipment, but we feel the quality's not there. So we are going to talk to you about that and go over that with you and make sure that you are getting the right piece of equipment or furniture for your application. We are partnered with Great Lakes Hotel Supply, but everything will come from HPS. So all quotes, invoices, everything will come from HPS. We just partner with them to get better discounts and more access to services. which is great. They've been a great company to be partnered with. They have an equipment specialist, Brad Hooten, that works very closely with us. He might have visited some of you, and he will help specify kitchen equipment for any of our members, which is very nice because there's a difference between a manufacturer rep and our Great Lakes rep, Brad. A manufacturer's rep is going to try to sell you their product lines, which is understandable. Brad doesn't have a relationship with the product lines, so he will quote whatever manufacturer he feels is best for your application, which that's a nice added bonus as well. And then when you call to get a quote or email us, however you want to contact us is fine. You can give us as little or as much information as you have, and we will work through it. So if you just know you want a chair, we will talk to you and figure out, what type of chair you want, and we'll go from there. If you have a particular model number you want, that's great too, and we can work with that. And we can always give you more than one quote. So if it is a situation where you want to check pricing between different manufacturers, we can provide different quotes for you. It would only be considered one bid from a source. So if it was a bidding situation, we would have to talk to you about that as well. But we love working with all our members, and we are happy to provide any type of assistance that you need.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tom. I do not see any questions in the chat yet. So if anyone has any questions or comments or wants any information, please put it in the chat, and then I will relay that to Tracy and Tom. I do want to add, as Tom mentioned, there are 6 wonderful ladies over there in our customer service department for the furniture, finishes, and equipment. And if you're not sure who to reach out, if you log into the website, it'll tell you who your customer service reps are, or you can talk to your HPS representative too, because they do cover different areas, and they can get you in contact with the correct people. Is there any other contact information I should share, Tracy or Tom?
Yeah, the other thing that I would say is that they could call our office line, and anytime they just call the office and want some help, that our receptionist will go ahead and send them to the appropriate person in order to get their needs taken care of.
Thank you. And you can always call anyone in the contracts department too and say, hey, I need to get a quote on something, and we can transfer you over there. We do have a chat in here from Stephanie Zimmerman, and she says HPS has always been very helpful when I request a quote. Thank you. So thank you, Stephanie.
You.
We
Thank you,
appreciate hearing that.
Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Just want to thank everybody for their participation in the HPS program, and you helping us make this program better and our ability to serve you. So we appreciate that greatly, and then just want to say thank you for the support.
Okay, so we do have Melinda and Michelle from Schwan's with us.
Thank you for having us. So I'm Melinda Gerlach. I am the corporate person who handles HPS. I also handle GFS corporate. So excited to talk to everyone about the upcoming school year and some excited announcements on our product portfolio and new products. So I'll have Michelle introduce herself.
And I am Michelle Bott. I'm the regional sales manager for. I used to be Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. When we went direct a year ago, our territories changed a little bit. I primarily have Michigan, and a little bit of Indiana, a little bit of Ohio, and work very closely with HPS and Gordon Food Service. And we truly appreciate being able to be part of the meeting today.
All right, Tori, you want to go to the next slide? All right, so we just wanted to share some great news. During COVID, we had to make the hard decision of turning some of our items dark so we could service more of our products at a full service level. But we're excited to announce that going into the 22-23 school year, so July timeframe, we are going to have those items be returning. So our Tony's 4x6, our Fiestada, our 4-inch Galaxy, our 5-inch and breakfast items will be back servicing. So one thing I will add, we are working very closely with GFS Corporate to get these items turned back on and get dates scheduled for them to get them back into their OWs. You're going to hear this with everything that we talk about. It's really, really important for schools to be forecasting with their CDSs, with their GFS reps, to make sure that GFS knows what they need to bring in and make sure that they're covered. So again, you're going to hear this throughout the presentation, but please be communicating with GFS on your needs. But really excited to have the products back. Next slide. And one of the products that we brought in a little bit earlier than back to school for July is our Big Daddy's Primo Buffalo Chicken. So that is an item that is back in stock. It is back in the majority of the GFS locations. But again, if you want the product, make sure that you're forecasting so GFS can bring that in. Any questions on any of the products coming back or the buffalo chicken? Well, Tori, you're on mute.
I knew I was going to do that because I do it every meeting. I haven't seen anything pop up yet, so
all right.
I think we're good on questions.
All right, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle.
All right, thank you, Melinda. So one of the other new items that has recently come into stock at Gordon Food Service is 2 breakfast bagels. And these are available now. Same thing, broken record. You will see the code numbers, but it will say contact your CDS to make them available to you. And the reason for that is simply so that they can build inventory to make sure the product they have in stock is for customers that have already provided their forecast and are using it today. So if you want to use the breakfast bagels, either at the end of the school year or for summer feeding, or as you prepare your fall menus, then to just let your sales rep know, and they will add you to the queue on being able to get these bagels. But these two bagels are really, really good. And to tell you how good they are, the concept that Gordon Food Service brought products in the April-May timeframe says that these two products fit a niche, and the niche they fit is wrapped, hot, savory breakfast items. So they're both individually wrapped. Right now they're in a clear film, and we kind of say this with an apologetic giggle a little bit. They're supposed to be in the branded wrap like you see on the right hand side, but we had a supply issue from our wrap, the person that was made, the company that was making our packaging, and they could not provide it to us in the time frame we wanted. We contacted Gordon Food Service to say, hey, we've got a problem. We can get clear film, which we were using for our sample products, but we don't have the branded colorful film. And so, but Gordon Food Service knew that there was a gap that was a hole that needed to be met. And they're like, hey, you know what? We'll bring the product in the clear film. And then when you get the color film, we'll substitute it through and it'll reach through production. So we should have color film for back to school. But the two flavors that you have that you see that are pictured, one is a sausage, egg, and cheese, and it's on a true bagel. So it's not on a piece of bread that pretends to be a bagel. It is a true bagel. And then the other product, and the sausage is a turkey sausage. So we are cognizant that any type of sausage that we make was not going to be pork based. It's going to be turkey based. And then it does have commodity cheese on it. So there is a commodity rebate on it as well. And then the second product takes that meat off, and it's just sausage, or it's just egg and cheese. And both of them have a gravy base. So they're savory, they're hot, they're delicious. Both of them meet your two breakfast components that you need, a bread and a protein that you need for breakfast. So those are the two new products available now and obviously available for back to school. But if you're working on your breakfast menu and you want to order a case or two just to test to make sure what the students think of them or which flavor they like better, that you can get those products now, and you can see the GFS reorder numbers up on the screen. Next slide, Tori, please. And this is one that's just kind of fun, a little sneak under the tent. And if you besides having our food service division, we also have a strong consumer brands division or the grocery store division. And we upgraded the Tony's logo. You'll see on that far top right, the old Tony's logo that's been around as long as all of us have been. And we decided that Tony needed to be a little more hip happening. And so we changed the packaging. You're going to see it first on retail packaging. So if you see any type of Tony's pizza in the grocery store, you're going to see this dude that's pictured here. But it'll also be on any of our wrapped products coming out in the fall. So the Galaxy wrapped products, the Tony's breakfast bagels, or anything else that will have that Tony's logo on our point of sale and everything. We just think he's a little bit more fun. He's a little bit more current than our old dude that's been on the packaging forever and ever. So just sneak under the tent that if you see it and you're like, hey, I knew about that, if you see it in the grocery store, or when you see it coming in on packaging coming forward. So Tori, next slide. And then something that we want to talk about too, when you think Schwan's, a lot of times you think pizza, and we're glad and we're very appreciative that we do have a very loyal pizza offering. But we also want you to think about Schwan's and Asian as well. And we have 2 or 3 different Asian brands. We have the Min brand, we have the Chef One, and we have the Twin Marquee. And one of the things that really is out there is the growing trend of people just wanting more Asian products. And so you'll see the statistics there, but it's just very, very prevalent that the Asian products are asked to be on menus. Kids are very are aware of dumplings and egg rolls and noodles and stir fries, and they are asking for more of it to be served. And we're meeting that demand. With the next slide there, we've got a product that came in the beginning of the school year, and it's our whole grain dumplings. And so what that dumpling is, some people call it a pot sticker, because when we were doing a test in Kentucky, and they were thinking that a dumpling was something that was served at Cracker Barrel with chicken and gravy, and that is true. That is a dumpling as well. So this is a pot sticker, it's a mandu, it's a dumpling, whichever one you want to be able to call it. But what this is it's chicken and vegetables, and some people call it a noodle nugget, because it is chicken and vegetables in that noodle casing. And 6 of them meat, 2 grains and 2 proteins, and they are in stock at Gordon Food Service and available. You can see that code number there on the right hand side. And we do have a great, exciting promotion that goes along with it. You'll see a lot of social media campaigns, and right now there's with Just Dumpling, where you can, if you're looking for a free case of samples to test with your students, you can click on any of the social media campaigns or the direct mail campaigns that are out there or on our website, and you can get a sample of those dumplings. I was just at Warren Consolidated Schools in the Detroit area on Tuesday sampling these dumplings, and the kids, there was one kid that said, oh, now I'm going to come to school on Friday, because we were sampling them on Tuesday. They were going to be on the menu tomorrow on Friday. And the kids said, well, I'm coming to school tomorrow, Friday, knowing I'm going to get dumplings. And I'm thinking, okay, you weren't going to be at school if we didn't serve dumplings, but that there is a very much of an acceptance. Kids are very worldly out there, and they know what a dumpling is. And Melinda and I just got off another call where someone said, oh, these are like mall food, only better. So even though it's a whole grain wrapper, gives it a little bit more integrity, and easy to prepare. Put them in the steamer, spray them, 8 minutes, and they're coming out of the steamer hot. You can also do them in the oven if you don't have a steamer. Next slide. And this is just one of the ones that social media, so Gwinnett County Schools in Atlanta was one of our biggest customers first off with these dumplings. Every time they post this on social media, I'll get at least a couple requests of people saying, hey, I saw these dumplings. I want to be able to try them too. So you can see all these pictures here. The dumplings are really, really appetizing. They're very, very tasty. They're very on trend. We do apologize. We don't have CN egg rolls right now. The three of them as a side will meet the 1-in-1, similar to our chicken egg roll. So it's a good alternative for a side. If you don't want to serve the dumplings as an entree, you can serve three of them as a side with a stir fry. And you can see the pictures that it's just so appetizing and so tasty that the kids have been just really, really accepting. Like everything else, you know, the rest of the quiz is if you are interested in serving the dumplings and you have that code number, contact your CDS. They will certainly tag you onto that code with any type of forecast. And it's just we'd like to be as close as possible with these forecasts so that we make sure we have enough and that we make sure that Gordon Food Service has enough product. But they're you know, if you're a case or two shy, they're not going to hold. There's no repercussions on it, I promise. So it's just your best guesstimate is what we're asking for a forecast. And our next slide, and this is another picture where just look at those dumplings there. I mean, you would think you're at Panda Express or any type of Asian restaurant with these, and it just dumplings, pot stickers, mandu. They're just a very mainstream product. So we just wanted to share some of these in action photos that we have taken over time of school districts serving the Asian dumplings. Next slide. So we want to go a little bit into the Kitchen Circle program. So everyone is looking for a little bit of support of different things that they need for their program, or they're looking for gift cards that they can give to staff. Obviously, you can't use USDA dollars for gift cards. So we have a program called the Kitchen Circle program where you earn points for every case of CN products that you purchase. And then what you do is you just go into the HPS experience and run a usage report, upload it into the system. If anyone needs any help, just ask your HPS rep to, all of them know their Schwan rep that's in their area, and we're happy to help any school upload their points. This is built into the cost of the product, so we're encouraging everyone to take care of or be active in this program. Some of the things that you can see signs. There's Descon. Some of the signs I know Descon was ahead of us. There's some signage that's available with using your points. There's the gift cards. There's equipment. There's small wares. You can buy SNA points to help with registration at different conferences. There's just a whole wealth of things that you can get with it. And so we're just encouraging everyone, if you're not aware of the program, please reach out to us. We would be happy to give you more information. And then on the next slide, there is a promotion that's available where, so we talked before that you think of Schwan's and you think of us as a pizza company. So what we're trying to do is to make sure that people also think of us as more than a pizza company. So you see the breakfast that we talked about and the dumplings we talked about. So similar to, like, I'm a grocery shopper at Kroger and I get fuel points for all of my grocery shopping. So if I think I'm going to go grocery shopping something else with the high price of fuel, I really want to make sure that I'm shopping at Kroger and getting all my fuel points. So we're trying to build, that's what this is a loyalty program. So if you're buying round multi-serve, you're getting all of your points, but we have this great multiplier that's going into effect. If you buy our Big Daddies plus dumplings, we're gonna or our breakfast items or our sandwiches, you're gonna get double the points. And if you buy all three categories for back to school, and this is between now or July and December, we're gonna 3 times your points. We're gonna triple your points up to 10,000 additional points. And I was working with the school district yesterday on their points, and 10,000 points would buy 3 speed racks. So if you're looking for, that's just as an aside of what it could do. It could buy, if you were looking to go to a conference, it could buy airline points on Delta. It could buy Starbucks gift cards, Amazon gift cards, anti-fatigue mats, Hubert gift cards. There's just a whole wealth of things. So we really want to make sure that everyone is active in the program as can be, because we could all just use that that little extra stuff that maybe our budget isn't going to be able to afford. And Tori, I think that is our last slide. So if anybody has any questions, we truly appreciate everyone's support. We appreciate everyone's just sticking with us through these last 2 challenging years. And we certainly appreciate all that you do. And we're hoping for a fabulous and very clean back to school season.
Thank you, ladies. I don't see a question yet, but I do have a question on the program, this triple points promotion. Is that a flyer that I have, ladies? Do you know? Because we can put it on our monthly report for everyone if that would work for you guys.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'll get that to you. That's
Okay.
brand new. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of figured because I'm like, I think it's been a little bit. So I will, for everybody on the phone, we will have that on our next monthly report, which will go out the first part of June. So you guys will have access to it. And if you want it before that, please reach out to myself and I will be happy to email that to you. Does anyone have any questions for Melinda or Michelle? Oh, and Scott, who does our monthly report, says that's going to be June 8th. And so Debbie is asking, so you have to order minimum of 150 cases?
Over from July through December, yes.
July
Very
through
good at reading that fine print. Very good.
All right, so thank you, Debbie. Does anyone else have any questions? I will tell you, I saw Michelle I can't remember where I saw you, but I tried the bagel breakfast without the sausage, but it was delicious. So
Oh, thank you.
I thought it was really good, and I don't really like breakfast items very much, so I would eat that all day long, just so everyone knows. So it was very good. I told my daughter to look out for it when school starts back up next year, so we'll see if she tries it.
Great, thank you.
Yes. So I don't see any more questions. I do want to thank you both so very much for joining us. This is going to be recorded. It is recorded.